non-answers.
How can you tell your children?
Just a moment. Okay, we're back on the record at 12:38.
How will you tell your children that how you live your life and be proud like that?
So Mr. Khan refused to give my phone back to me after he put it in his backpack. I went outside to try to find a marshal. There was no marshal. When I came back in, it was on the table. Mr. Khan then grabbed it, and in order for me to get my cell phone back, I had to grab it out of his hands. So,
and it is. What do you mean?
That's where we are.
Do you know
right
what I am trying to prove? This is what happened to me. They tried to steal my stuff, and they kept holding. You were the one said that we are not going to return.
So here's another answer.
And now your stuff, you're getting pissed, and you're getting excited, and go to the marshal because there is a lot of stuff you're trying to hide. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend, I don't know, with the lemmas, how much involvement you have. You even use the word going south. And backseat, those are like, the words on those thieves and criminals they use all the time.
Mr. Khan, did you ever send an email to Mr. Lemus where you said to him, quote, "It is the end of your shitty life as a thug," end quote. Did you ever say that to him?
As I was arrested for the possession of child pornography, and Lemus was the one in possession, so I do not know. You have to show me the proof that the email with the phone or whatever he received, because I don't recall I sent anything.
That's a failure to respond. He's being evasive. We'll mark that as well.
And the lawyer is trying to lie on everything and fabricated stuff. So let's go on the record on that. It's a perjury and contempt.
Did you ever send a message to Mr. Lemus, quote, "I will fuck you up," end quote? Did you ever send that message to him?
The question is, so far it is considered as objectionable and irrelevant to this case and unduly burdensome and oppressive. And the arrest was for child pornography and not for the Lemus. And Lemus is the one with the long criminal history and background and still under probation for grand theft auto that the police did not report or did not take action and arrested me for no apparent reason and tried to frame me with the crime that I never committed.
Can you answer my question, please?
So it has nothing to do with the case and it is irrelevant. So I answer it as it has to be in the possession of the police, and I do not recall that I sent or not.
Okay, that's another failure to respond, just like your last deposition. Did you ever send a message to Mr. Lemus, quote, "You will have no place to walk like a human. I will hurt your life without touching you," end quote? Did you ever send that message to him?
If I send it, it will be on Lemus' phone, so I think you can look up on the Lemus' phone. I don't recall I sent it.
You don't recall if you ever sent a message like that to Mr. Lemus?
I don't recall because I was, blacked out and everything, so it has to be on Lemus' phone.
Did you ever tell Mr. Lemus in a message that you will hurt his life without ever touching him?
Is this the case about Lemus?
There was that in a message
that you will hurt his life without ever touching him. Did you ever send him a message like that?
Is this case about Lemus? Or a case about me, my family, and the criminal gang?
Can you answer my question, sir?
Sir, please do not waste my life again. And this, I clearly said that you said that this is the case about the criminals and myself. So if you are going to, Lemus is a third party that you clearly said that has nothing to do with this case. So why do I have to participate in that unrelated issue?
Please mark that as well. Did you ever tell Mr. Lemus in a message, quote, "I think you will look better without any tooth," end quote? Did you send that message to him?
It is in Lemus' phone, so you can look it up. And if you can, have that, I may recall it.
Can you answer my question, sir?
I answered it.
You did not answer my question.
I
You're
did.
being evasive and you're not answering.
No, it's in Lemus.
We're going to mark that as well.
Oh, here. Really? You stole my picture. I'm gonna kill you. That is Lima's voice. I recorded for threatening me.
All right.
You're gonna fucking die. You have 40 days.
Right,
And
sir.
I don't know if I were the one threatened or Lima's is the one threatening me. So it's your choice to decide.
On December 20th of 2016, did you ever send Lemus a message, quote, I am watching your move. I am invisible and you are in the open field. You cannot hide, end quote. Did you send Mr. Lemus that message?
I don't recall it, but it must be on Lima's phone if I send it.
So all these messages that I'm
I don't
quoting,
recall.
hold on, that I'm quoting from your last deposition, if it's on Lemus's phone, then you would agree that you sent those. Is that correct?
Yeah, if you show, here's the phone. I might recall if I send it. So if I don't see the phone, I don't know.
Okay, but you are playing games with
I'm not
me.
playing games.
Hold on. Let me get my question
It's
out.
the truth, the straight one.
We go question, and then you get to answer it.
Yes, I answer it.
So you said at your deposition last time that you have a photographic memory. So that's why, sir, I believe you're playing games with me when I ask you hold on.
I erase my memories.
When I ask you very specific questions about messages that you sent, and now you're telling me that you don't recall.
Yeah, I don't recall because I do not have to remember those things and I do not keep the unnecessary memories. So if you show me, here's the phone, this is the message, I would look it up. If I send it, I would, run the memory. And if I can recall, I say yes or no. But I did not see the phone. I did not see the message. So I cannot recall.
Did you ever post Mr. Lemus's picture online after you believed he...
Not believe.
Hold on. After you believed he stole your property and money?
I did not believe. He stole my stuff. He stole my property and he ran away with that. And it is reported to the police and his picture was everywhere I posted.
Did you ever post his picture online?
Everywhere.
I'm
After-
sorry, can you please wait until the end of the question before?
Yeah, the same question he's
I
asking.
know, but please wait, it's very hard for me, so can you?
Let me try to start again.
Yes, thank you.
I
Short
understand you state he stole your property and money. My question doesn't have to do with that. My question has to do with, did you ever post his picture online after you believed he stole your property and money, asking for people to help you get it back?
So you knew that he stole my money, he stole my stuff. And the police also knew, and why did they act like they did not? And now why are you asking question? Arrest the guy, and I will answer. Was there any criminal charges? No?
Could you answer my question, sir?
No, you asked me that you knew that he's the thief, he's the one, everything, with a long criminal history. And now you're telling me that I posted his photo. So, yeah, it is a criminal that has nothing, no life. The police, reported to the police, they did not do whatever they sworn in to do. So I posted a photo to make sure everybody knows.
Where-
And why are the police not arresting and protecting the criminal?
Where did you post his photo?
I don't recall. You can look it up on Lima's phone.
You posted on Craigslist, did you not?
You can look it up on Craigslist and Lima's phone.
I'm asking you, sir, you're the plaintiff in this case suing my clients. I'm entitled to this information from you. Can you answer my question, please? Did you post it
you
on
entitled?
Craigslist?
You entitled? Yes. So you can get it from Lima's.
I'm not sure. Are you saying yes, you did post it on Craigslist?
I don't remember.
You don't remember where
I
you
don't
posted
remember.
it?
I don't remember.
All right, well, you're, again, being
It is
evasive
answer.
and not answering my question.
I answer.
Did you ever send Mr. Lemus a text message or a cell phone message where you said, quote, I will fuck you up like you never had before, I see you?
Look,
End
it is
quote.
the case. If you bring Limas here, I will answer. If you do not have Limas in custody, it is not a criminal indictment for Limas and do not have anything to do with this case. Ask me how many days I was arrested for? Can you ask me? Can you ask me why Sergeant Rogers said?
That's
Ask me
another
about
failure
this.
to
No,
answer.
it is the arrest of me. It is not arrest of Lemus. Why are you trying to get away with that?
Did you ever send Mr. Lemus a message that included the words, quote, I will fuck you up like you will beg for mercy to kill you, end quote? Did you ever send him that message?
I don't recall. I don't remember. And if I ever send it, Lemus have to have it on the phone. That the police already have it. I think in the evidence in the phone by itself. So if I see it, I can verify if I did it or not.
Do you think that if in fact a message like that came from you, that is a threatening message?
No.
Do you think that's a threatening statement?
I don't know. I don't recall. So, if I see the Lemus phone with the message, I can recall if I did or not. So.
All right, well, you're playing games. You're not answering
playing
my question.
The district attorney office said that we never ordered the Pinole PD to investigate, and we never issued that order. So I don't know what kind of, order that Pinole PD has from the district attorney office to investigate for the issue. So I don't know.
Did you ever send Mr. Lemus a message where you said, quote, come to the police station, otherwise you'll be biting the concrete, break all your teeth and jaw, that you will never chew any food again? Did you send him that message?
I don't recall it. It must be on Lemus' phone if I send it. So, if I see the phone, I can answer it. I don't know. I don't
Did you send
recall.
a message like that, sir?
I don't recall I sent anything like that. So if anything happened, it should be on Lemus' phone. So, if you can, show the phone, that's a different story.
So you might have sent that message.
I don't recall.
Hold on.
I don't
Or you
send-
might not have sent that message. You can't recall?
I am not against a thug to be violent like that with those guys in the blue and guns all over, trying to beat everybody, trying to frame somebody for the crime they never commit. So I don't do that kind of stupid stuff. I came from a decent family. We live with the principle.
I don't believe you answered my question, sir.
So do not
that's
ask
another
me
failure
that
to
is.
answer.
Do not ask me that is about like those violent things and unethical as a human being.
After your arrest, when you got out of custody, isn't it true you were sending messages to Mr. Lemus referring to Sergeant Rogers?
How can I send a message from the phone that is in the possession of the police?
Can you answer my question, please?
My answer is, how can I send the message from the phone that is in custody and it is stolen from me by the police? So if you can think about that, it's the answer. Stop making up things that is never exist. You know what are they doing. You know what you did. You're well known in the police and those gangsters as, digital modifications.
It's another failure to answer my question.
Because the phone is in the police, how do I send the message?
I'm not talking about the phone. I'm just talking
Yes,
about
the phone is in the
messages.
police possession. They stole from me. And how can I send a message from that phone in the police possession?
After you got out of custody,
After I got
hold on a
out of-
second. Let me ask my question, please, and then you'll have an opportunity to respond. Isn't it true that after you got out of custody, you sent a message to Mr. Lemus that says, quote, let's talk at court, fucker. You and the cop together work things out. Assuming I have no resource, you both will face justice. Did you send, end quote, did you send that message to Mr. Lemus?
Is the justice, is that a threat?
Can you repeat that?
Justice, the word justice, is that a threat? If that
Can
is
you
a
answer my
threat,
question?
if that is a threat, the people, they do not have conscious mind that they did everything right and they are abiding the law.
Okay.
So
It's
if
another
they do,
failure to
if those
answer.
criminals are thinking that justice is as a threat, I rather say that yourself, you go there and tell them to handcuff themselves and walk into the prison themselves. Otherwise, do not waste my life. You will never give me back. You cannot give me back the time that you're wasting right now. I am planning to leave for the trip at 3 p.m. And if you done or not, doesn't matter, 2 o'clock, I am walking out. So cut it short and stop your BS, and I have to go. Simple. I am done with enough, okay?
That's another failure to answer.
It's not failure to answer. I clearly said that. If those criminals are considering just this as fabrication and it's like scary thing, it's their choice.
You're going to have to come back, Mr.
I don't have
Khan,
to come back.
and
You
answer
have to.
questions.
You have to
Hold on,
produce everything.
sir.
Otherwise, do not ask me a question. Where is my exhibit? Where's the order of the judge?
The court is going to either dismiss your case for
Go
your
ahead.
failure to
Go
abide by
ahead.
the
I'm
court's
sorry, one at a
rulings.
time, please.
Go ahead.
Either dismiss your case or,
For failure to abide by the court's admonitions and rulings, including the most recent order, document 140, issued a month ago, or they're going to order you to come back and answer questions and or have you pay the fees that I am incurring once again today with a court reporter and a videographer to try to get information from you, sir, plaintiff in this case, about your allegations in this case.
How much do you need?
You're failing to answer my questions. I am not able to really get into the guts of the case
Where's the gut?
or get answers to basic questions. So I'm making my record. We're probably going to have to suspend this shortly, but I'm going to follow up with a couple more questions.
How much money do you need?
You can put your money away, Mr. Khan. I don't
No, you
want
keep
your
talking
money.
about the cause and everything. How much money do you need?
Well-
I'll pay $5 million cash on the table. Get everyone indicted, all the criminals. Let them deal with it. You guys offer me $5,000, right? I offer $5 million cash on the table.
$5 million cash.
Cash, yeah.
To who?
Whoever admit their criminal act, whatever they did, all things that they know, you know what you did, they know what they did. Admit it. I will pay $5 million cash.
Our system doesn't work where you
Yeah.
get to pay to get people into criminal
Because
charges.
it is criminal. So why did they put people in prison?
Let me ask you this question. I asked you this last time. Did you ever vandalize any of Mr. Lemus's property at that apartment complex prior to your arrest?
What does vandalize mean?
To destroy any property at that complex prior to your arrest?
What kind of property I destroyed? Do you have the proof?
I think it's a yes or no question. I think you would remember, sir, if you vandalized any property or not, right?
I don't remember. If you guys show me the proof, I may recall what kind of property I damaged.
Let me ask it more specifically. Did you ever deface any property at Mr. Lemus's complex prior to the date of your arrest?
Prior to the date of my kidnapping and attempted murder, that day I don't recall because, the police were investigating, so I think they will have that in the report. So you can look it up, the report, the investigation report with the, district attorney office and the police, they all conducted. And they have my interview, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
You're not answering my question.
I answer it.
We'll mark that as well. At any point prior to the date of your arrest, which we know was December 24th of 2016, did you ever damage or destroy any personal property at that apartment complex? Yes or no?
Does it have anything to do with this case? My question. If you say yes or no, I can verify. I was arrested. I just recall I was arrested for child cruelty.
Can you answer my question, please?
Can you verify what I was arrested for? So that way I can recall. I don't know what I was arrested for clearly, so it's tough to.
Sir, you're playing games.
I'm not playing games, sir.
Hold on.
You did not produce.
We produced the entire police report. We produced all the video evidence. We
Are you sure?
produced surveillance video.
It is
It's a
on the
pretty
record.
Clear question.
You did not tamper. You did not edit. Am I right? Are you telling me that? Seems like we have to go inspection at the, every equipment at the Pinole PD.
What was the purpose of having a gun in the trunk of your vehicle on the day you went to Mr. Lemus's house, which was the day you got arrested? What was the purpose of having a gun in your car?
What is the purpose of the question that everyone have the right to bear arms?
Everyone
Have the right to bear arms for their own protection? Is that the right protected by the Constitution? I'm just not clear, If I want to shoot somebody, why do I have to call the police, and why am I going there at the broad daylight where everybody around? Do you think it is safe? Because I am, I was on the road with the, where that's like we call the lion's den. All the guys in the blue with guns, ready to shoot anybody, ready to kill somebody, anytime at their own will, and they will pay a few penny pocket change from the tax dollars that we paid.
That's a failure to answer my question. Why was there a bottle taped to the end of the barrel of that weapon that was found in your vehicle on the day of your arrest?
I think, I talked to the police about that. It should be on the body camera footage. When the Sergeant Rogers started walking, I spoke to them about
Can you
that
answer
issue.
my question, though?
I do. I did just now.
You're not answering my
I
question,
did.
sir.
It is on the body camera footage. I cannot remember. So if you look at it, I can remember what I have. And because that gun has nothing to do with this case. I don't know. I was arrested for child cruelty.
You were also arrested for a possession of the firearm and the makeshift silencer. Isn't that
What
correct?
does the silencer means? A silencer. A plastic bottle is not a silencer. So who said that I was never said why I was arrested for until April. I did not know what I was arrested for.
You've seen some of the emails attached to the police reports that we produced in this case. Is that correct?
That is all fabricated reports, so it is very hard to believe it is truth because, as the way that we understood, everything came from the police are 99.99% lies.
Were there any emails that were, text messages that were produced by my office in this case, text messages that you sent to Mr. Lemus?
Did you get the Lemus phone? I think it is in his phone, everything. So, I don't know if you saw the phone, I can recall. Because I did not see the device, with the text messages, so it is very hard for me to recall. So if you want to know the exact answer, you can present me with the phone. Here, did you send this message? So I can verify it.
You attached messages to your first amended complaint, did you not? Text messages?
Yes.
Are any of those text messages messages that you sent to Mr. Lemus?
Yes. Only one or two I recall that I attached.
Which ones?
I don't remember. It is on Lemus' phone. Supposed to be on Lemus' phone also. So if you look at Lemus, that every time you all having conversation day and night, so you can look up on his phone so you can see it. That's what I recall. Because this is wasting my life and wasting my energy for the criminals. So I really don't pay attention any longer.
Let me show you, sir, what we marked previously as an exhibit in this case, Exhibit 6 at Mr. Lemus's deposition.
Because you did not give it to me, and I don't know. So if you can give me all the exhibit that I requested, it is fine. Otherwise, it is contempt that you are hiding information from.
We produced these to you, sir, in the litigation.
You did not, sir.
These are bait stamped PPD 1 through PPD 34. Let me show you my copy of that exhibit. Take a look at Exhibit 6 for me. There's some
Do you consider
Items
this
attached.
Do you consider this as a legitimate and official copy?
That is my copy.
No. Do you think this is the true and correct report?
Take a look, sir, at
I
page...
look at it already. I look at the first page and I already knew this is fabricated document because there is a lot of information missing.
Take a look at page 19, please. PPD 19. Can you turn to that page, please?
You know, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Can you please turn to page 19, sir?
Aren't you ashamed of yourself what you're doing?
All right.
Do you have
you're
the
not
value of
agreeing
yourself,
to turn
you know,
to page
a person as
19.
a person? I will show you the page 20.
Please turn to page 19 first.
Hey, where have you been? Who is this? Hi, I will respond when I am free. I want you to place, and no one answered the door. I went to your place. So, and it said, Emma. Did you just ask me who am I? I will kick you ass if you come to my place. A whip is for you. And there's an evil cartoon. And
Sir,
it's
we don't
Romeo.
need you to read this stuff in the record.
I am. This is what you fabricated.
Well, you're not going to waste my time.
Emma,
reading
Romeo,
these things.
why are you
I
telling me this
understand.
is me?
I don't care about that page for the moment.
No, it does. It does. It is you guys trying to make it like it is me. Last time you said that.
You're not answering my question, sir. We're going to mark that again. I wanted you to turn to page 19.
This is,
Okay,
yes, I
there you
posted it on Craigslist to make sure everyone knows this is the thief and the
Okay.
police are protecting. And
Thank
this
you.
is the criminal profiting from these thieves.
Turn to page 26, please.
Let's talk about 20. How about that?
So this is my deposition.
It is
Please
my
turn
right
page
to point out what you have
26.
created. This is what your fabrication, this is perjury and contempt. Do you know that? It's criminal act that you were trying to frame me for things that you guys fabricated.
Can you turn to
Am I
page
right?
26, please?
No, admit it. This is not related to me. Admit it. Here it says Emma, Romeo. It has nothing to do with
You're
me.
wasting
And why
my
you
time,
guys
sir.
saying that this is that me?
You're wasting my time. Please turn to page 26.
You wasting my life, my child life, everybody's life. You know what kind of criminal you're presenting.
I don't need another speech, Mr. Khan.
I don't need your
Turn to page
speech. I don't
26,
need your
please.
sympathy. I don't need anything. Tell me. You know yourself.
Go back, please, to
I mean,
26.
even though if I admit everything, let it be. I will tell you, I admit everything. Right?
Turn to page 26, please.
What kind of excuse will you get out of it? Tell me.
I'm not here to be lectured, sir. I need to ask you questions
No,
for your
I am
lawsuit.
telling you right now, simple. Whatever you accuse, even though whatever you accuse, say, oh yes.
Can you
I
please
was
turn to page
arrested.
26?
I already did.
Are you seeing the text message on that page?
I show you already.
No, page 26. Take a look, please.
It is a screenshot. It's a screenshot.
I believe so.
Show me, yeah. If you come up with the phone, yes, I will recall because the screenshot it doesn't have bubbles, it doesn't have anything and whatever. So I don't know what to say.
Are you on page 26, sir?
Text? Does it look text message
Right.
to you?
Did you write that text message to
Do
Mr.
you?
Lemus?
Does it look like text message?
Did you write that message, SMS message, to Mr. Lemus? Yes or no?
I don't recall it, but it might be in his phone. So if you show me with the phone, I can tell if it is true or not. Otherwise, it is not reliable with this. It doesn't even look like a text message.
You're not answering my question, sir.
I'm answering. I
No,
cannot
you're not.
recall.
You're being evasive.
I cannot recall. But if you show me, with the phone, this,
Uh-huh.
I can look it up. Oh, the date and timestamp, and with the bubbles or whatever.
Isn't that your phone number on the top, sir? 415-748-5777?
Anyone can, copy and paste on the top of the page and create a lot of documents. That's the way that the, Pinole Police was doing all along. So, if I see the device, here we go. Oh, okay, I have to admit. But without that, this is, I don't know, I don't recall it.
That's not how this works, sir. I'm entitled
Oh, really?
to ask you questions.
Yes, that's what I'm telling. I don't recall.
Turn
if
to
you show me
page-
with the phone, I can
I'm sorry,
tell.
can you both slow
I'm sorry.
down and not interrupt each other? That would be very.
I apologize. Please turn to page 27.
Same thing, my response is, if I cannot recall, if you show me with the phone here, did you write this one? So I can verify it. Otherwise, I don't recall, I don't remember.
That's your phone number on page 27, is it not at the top?
Yeah,
On this
anyone
text
can,
message?
anyone can like copy and paste, edit, like the way the Pinole Police did a lot of things. Yeah, they can do it. So I don't know.
Did you write this text message
I
to
don't
Mr.
recall.
Lemus?
I'm
I don't
sorry,
recall.
Can you please wait until the question is finished before answering?
Okay, I don't recall.
You're really making the court reporter mad because she is trying to type up everything we're saying, so
So I didn't get that last question and answer.
Did you write these text
I-
messages?
let me rephrase it. Page 27, PPD 27, isn't this a message that you sent to Mr. Lemus, yes or no?
I don't remember, and because the only way I can tell is if I see the device with the phone, I may be able to recall it.
Why would it change if I was able to show you a text message
On the phone?
from Mr. Lemus's phone with the same information on it? Why would that change your answer?
Because I can verify with the phone, my phone, that the Pinole PD robbed from me. So I can, if I have both devices, yeah, I can verify it. Otherwise, I don't have the device in my possession.
So I think what you're saying is on page 27, you may have written that, you
Oh,
may
I may
not have.
not.
Hold on a second. Let me ask the question. You may have written that, you may not have written that, but you can't answer my question until you see information from Lemus's phone? Is that what you're saying?
And my phone, both together. So, that way they can prove, oh, okay, I did. And I was, at the time I can sit down and think about it if I did or not. But I remember myself that I don't talk, I walk.
Take a look at page 30, please. Again, you're not answering my question, sir. You're being very evasive.
Really? Thank you. Am I that good?
On page 30,
Oh,
that's your phone number at the top of that
yes.
document, right?
Let me compare something here. So, too bad I cannot read anything that you produce. See? Can you read this? No, right?
Is that your phone number, sir, at the top of this document, Exhibit 6 to Mr. Lemus's deposition, and we're on PPD 30. Is that your phone number, sir, 415-748-5777?
Let me look up the paper so, I can answer correctly. Because I don't want to give inaccurate answer. It's very bad for anybody if I give an inaccurate response. Oh, that's when they filed the, restraining order with the fabricated documents. Right? So I think I have it here. Sorry for the delay. Right? Oh, now here we go. This is what you're talking about, right? This is the one now you're giving me. This is the one I had it. So I don't know if you notice something different.
I just want to answer my question, sir. You don't need to argue your case to me.
I am
okay?
not arguing. I am making the point that it is on the record.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Can you
Here I
answer my
have two
question?
witnesses. This is the original. This is later on you fabricated. You guys put the bubbles and everything because
I'm sorry, can you repeat that
You guys-
slowly?
You
This
guys
is-
fabricated. You guys put the bubble after I filed. This is fabricated document, and you guys came up with another format. So why do I have to say it is what or not? Admit it that you fabricated. You guys did doing everything.
On that document you're looking at, sir, which is Exhibit 6, is that a text message you sent to Mr. Lemus?
Let me verify something. Have you ever seen the text messages repeat itself, overlap itself?
I just want to answer my question.
Because I did not send it.
You did not send that one.
So how come this one is in your possession that I sent? How come it is
So that
saying that I did?
What about the message? So I understand you're saying
So
you did not send. Hold on.
This is clearly a fabrication. It is clearly a fabricated document to frame somebody for no apparent reason. It is simple. And now why are you wasting my time and everything fabricating these stuff? Can I get the judge, please?
Did you send? I understand. Are you saying that you did not send the text message that we see? It's actually a longer text message that's on page 30 and 31. Did you send those messages to Mr. Lemus?
Who
Yes or
fabricated?
no?
Who fabricated this? My question is, who fabricated these documents?
You're not answering my question.
I am answering now.
What about on
Who
page?
fabricated these documents? That person has to be arrested and prosecuted.
What about on
Right away.
page? You failed to answer my question. Let's
I am
mark that.
demanding arrest right now.
Okay. Who answered? I'm sorry. If you turn to page 32 of that
I never
exhibit,
say
please.
sorry to anybody because I do not have to apologize. You keep apologizing.
I'm apologizing to the court reporter. Can you please turn to page 32? There's another message. Is that a message you sent to Mr. Lemus?
Does it look the same with this? Does it make sense? Look at it. Yes, I said that. I will see you in court. There is no phone number, nothing.
You did send it or you did not?
I don't recall, but it may or may not. But if I send it, it has to be in my phone. You might seen it, so you don't have to ask me the question. If Lima said he received this, he must have the phone. Yeah, he sent me this, right? And the police will have to take it as evidence in their possession, because they took my phone as possession. There's evidence for 2 years without a cause.
So you
Intentionally trying to damage my work, my business, my livelihood.
Did you or did you
don't
not
have to,
send that message?
I am not going to admit to those fabricated documents.
Okay, you're not
It's on the
answering my
record.
question.
I am telling you on the record. It is your responsibility now. You have to come up. Does it look the same? The one you showed me. This is the original from the state court.
Let me show you now what we marked previously
Thieves and
at
thugs.
Mr. Lemus's deposition. As Exhibit 11. Take a look at this document, sir. Are you familiar with this declaration?
I didn't write it.
Okay. Did you review it before you signed it? Is that your signature on the last page?
How many people read the terms and conditions? Nobody.
Can you turn to the last page, please?
Does it have anything to do with it? With Limas?
Is that your signature that's listed on the last page? That's
Yes.
indicated. You
Yes.
signed this document, right?
Yes, I think so.
And did you understand when you were signing this, you were signing it under
Because-
penalty of perjury?
Yes, penalty of perjury is the meaning of you can lie as much as you want and you will not get any trouble. That's the way I see it.
That's how you
here.
understand perjury? You
Yes.
can lie as
no,
much
no,
as you want?
No, the one they call, you guys said, I swear under perjury and whatever like that. Because you submit all the fabricated document under like that oath. So I consider that is officially you can lie in the court.
You read this document before you signed it under penalty of perjury, did you not?
Even though I signed it, yes, because I was telling them you fabricated these documents.
This was in relation to the officers, Sergeant Rogers' request for a restraining order against you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And there's facts in here that talk about your business, talk about Mr. Lemus. Is that
Illicit
correct?
business? Is that the way you're telling me, the illicit business? Right?
Can you answer my question?
I don't know if you talk about my illicit business or the legally conducting the computer business that I can make easily $200,000 a month.
Can you please turn to a page in there, please? Page 4, please.
Yeah, please read it to me. I don't need to look at it.
Sir, just please turn to page 4 of that exhibit that's in front of you. Okay, you said you don't trust anything I say, so now you have the document.
Because
you
this
can
one,
read it yourself.
yes, I was responding that these cops fabricated these things. I already demanded the judge for criminal indictment right there.
In there, in paragraph 14, you talk about the fact that you were the owner of the rifle that was seized as a part of your arrest. Is that correct?
Yes. Why do I have to register the rifle?
That was your rifle?
Why do I have to register the rifle that is legally able to own anyone? There is no law required to register that rifle.
Why was that rifle in your car when you went
Because
to
it is
Lemus's
my
house?
possession.
I'm sorry, wait, can.
Let me finish my question. Why was that rifle in your car on December 24th, 2016, when you went over to Mr. Lemus's house to get back your money and property?
Is there any law prohibit from somebody possessing any firearm that is legally allowed or openly that I can possess on myself without any government interference?
Can you answer my question, sir?
I can have anything I want. I am a free man. Nobody, I do not have to ask permission from anyone. No one owns me. I am not a slave.
You failed to
I
answer
am a
my question.
human. I can have anything I want in my life, and I do not have to answer anyone for what I have.
Fair to answer, mark that as
It
well.
is my answer.
That gun was not registered to you, was it?
Where is the law that telling me that I have to register that rifle? If the police or you yourself do not know the law, quit.
Nowhere in this declaration do you talk about cutting Mr. Lemus's surveillance camera wires just before the police show up, do you?
What is the wire cutting is so important very critical for you, because you guys fabricated, you guys cut your own wire and trying to frame me on that thing, and now you keep bringing it out. Okay, who cut it? Lemus or the Sergeant Rogers? Only two of them. Now investigate it, because I did not do it, and I don't have to say anything about it. Please do not ask the same question again and again and again. I said I did not do it. Lemus or Rogers? Ask them.
Did not do what?
Cutting the wire. One of them, because they were like 30 minutes over there without anybody. Nobody know what they did because deleted the body camera footage.
Did you ever spray paint Mr. Lemus's surveillance camera?
I don't recall about that because there was no police report or what we call report for the this is it, that there was no case about it. So
Did you do that or not?
I don't recall it.
So you may have done it, you just can't remember? Is that true? Is that
Because
true?
it is not about this case. So I just remove those from my memory.
You're being evasive, and again, you're not answering that question. Can you please turn to page 6 of that declaration, please? Your declaration. You need a break? Let me know when you need a break.
Yeah, 1:21. So 3 o'clock, I'm leaving for my trip to Wyoming. So you got to cut it short.
Well, the problem is, Mr. Khan, you got here 45 minutes late.
Doesn't matter. It is my
So-
life. I am not obliged to the criminals.
We will probably be here a lot longer than
Doesn't matter.
3
2 o'clock, I'm
sir.
leaving. You can fabricate everything you want, and you haven't got a single point very important in this case.
Thank you. I'm trying.
You got all things like going around and around. Look, if you wanted to frame me with the what they call the vandalism, do it. Do it, vandalism.
Can you,
And
on paragraph, I don't need to listen to this.
I don't need to answer
My
you
time is
anymore. I
limited.
am getting tired, sick and tired of these craps.
Can you look at paragraph 21? It shows that you were released from custody on December 29th of 2016. Is that true?
Don't really remember, but of course, I think the police report said that I was released on May 13, 2017.
I'm talking about your memory, sir, and what your declaration says.
Because I was so traumatized, so I rely on the police documents.
Well, what about this declaration? Is that declaration
you.
that you signed?
Yeah,
Hold on.
it was
Hold on a
so
second.
traumatized, and I cannot recall. I cannot remember. I only rely on the the certificate of release. Here, the Pinole PD gave me. I was arrested on
How many?
December 24th, and I was released on May 13th.
You love playing games, Mr. Khan.
This is your game. I am playing along.
How many days were you in custody until you were released?
Here it said certificate of release as required by provision of Penal Code section 851.6 as amended by statute 19
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Penal Code section 851.6 as amended by Stats 1975 chapter 1117. I hereby certify that taking into custody of Khan David on 12/24/2016 by Pinole Police Department was a detention only, not an arrest. Khan David was released May 13, 2017 by the Pinole Police Department pursuant to the provision of paragraph 1 of subdivision B of Penal Code section 849, paragraph 3 of subdivision B of Penal Code section 849. Penal Code section 849.5, pertinent portion of which appear on the reverse of this certificate, and the signature signed by 219, I don't know what is the number is, on May 23rd. It's 10 days after the release date.
Can you answer my question,
Title
sir?
officer. So I am relying on that. I was in custody for 5.5 months without due process of law.
You were in custody for 5.5 months following your arrest. Is that your testimony?
I forgot my life after the traumatizing events. So I am relying on this certificate of release that I was in custody for 5.5 months without due process of law.
Okay. You're playing games, Mr. Khan, and you're being evasive and
I
you're
am
being
not.
non-responsive. So we'll mark that as well.
Oh, when I tell the truth, you cannot take it.
What is the truth? Are
Here.
you saying that you
This
were in
is
custody?
what the police gave it to me. I was released on Saturday.
How many days did you spend in custody when you were arrested by Sergeant Rogers on December 24th of 2016? It's a pretty simple question. Can you answer that?
157 days,
Okay.
according to this certificate of release.
I want to know about your recollection. Are you saying it's your testimony that you were in custody for 5 months following your arrest by Sergeant Rogers? Is that your testimony, sir?
According to this certificate of release, I believe that is.
Okay. And that comports with your memory?
I don't recall because it's traumatizing, and I have to recollect my memory, and I need to seek a lot of help. So
Have you got any counseling by any medical providers as a result of your arrest on December 24th, 2016?
yes, for my son.
I'm talking about for you.
For my son, yes. Because the injury on me caused my son a lot of trauma. Watch the body camera footage. You will see.
How about for you? Have you spoken to any medical providers,
Why am-
therapists? Hold on. Medical providers, therapists, social workers, anybody to receive any counseling following your arrest?
You
Talking
will
about
see-
you and not your son.
You will see the report when it comes. And I will answer that at the trial in front of the judge and juries.
Well, I'm entitled to know that information
You are not
now.
entitled. Because you did not do anything honestly. You hide everything, so you are not entitled.
Again,
only respect
Mr.
the
Khan
people who
not
value
answering
their
my
dignity.
questions.
I'm sorry, one at a time, please.
Again,
I
Mr. Khan
only-
not answering my questions.
I only respect the people with dignity and integrity. Because in Asia, we value person's spirit and integrity than anything else. I will give my life for that. Money, nothing. When I die, I don't take the money with me. I will live like a man and I will die like a man.
I guess we're done with that exhibit. Well, actually, In this exhibit, this declaration, you assert several times under penalty of perjury that you never threatened Mr. Lemus. Is that correct?
I don't recall about that.
Well, why don't you look at page 6, sir? Take a look at page 6.
Oh, no, that's the lawyer wrote it.
But you signed it, correct?
Yeah, I never threatened anybody. I would seek justice against Lemus.
You never threatened Lemus, right?
I said, seek justice. Is that threat?
Did you ever threaten Sergeant Rogers with harm in any text messages to anyone?
Show me the text message so I can say, oh, I did it. Why am I going to be that stupid?
Can you answer my question?
Do you think I'm a cop? That's stupid? I did not. So you guys fabricating this. I am telling you clearly, it is perjury.
Let's take a short break and then for the court reporter, and then we'll.
Oh, when you come like the perjury, you guys fabricating, you want to take a short break?
The court reporter needs a break.
Okay, we're on the record at 128.
Put your microphone on, sir. Oh, you have it on.
We're back on the record at 137.
All right, we took a short break for everybody's benefit, especially the court reporter who's been having a difficult time, I'm sure, typing up the record here. Prior to the day of your arrest by Sergeant Rogers, had you ever been arrested before?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I was arrested with like discrimination and, you know, they planted whatever they want because I am not white.
When was the arrest you're talking about? When did that occur?
I don't remember.
What agency arrested you?
I don't remember.
Was it within, 5 or 6 years of the arrest
than
by
10
Sergeant
years.
Rogers?
More than 10 years. And that's why I hate cops.
Have you ever been arrested for drug possession or possession of a controlled substance?
When? I don't recall. That's what I said. The cop planted everything and it was discrimination. Do not recall that again. It is discrimination, is racial profiling, and it is the criminal act by the police that they did to me, and I will never forgive and I will never forget that.
Did you file a lawsuit in relation to that arrest?
That time I did not know whatever the law, how come this country is corrupt, I did not know. There is so many evil minds in it, I did not know. The lawyers are so scared to go against the police and they are only kissing, we call them bootlickers. So many bootlickers here.
The time you were arrested that you say stuff was planted on you.
Does it have anything to do with this case?
Let me ask my
Does
question.
it have anything to do with this case?
The question is,
My question is, does it have anything to do with this case? No, I am not going to allow this to continue to go on. Is this anything to do with this case?
The question, sir, is the time you were mentioning where you believe police planted drugs or something, were you handcuffed during that arrest?
It has nothing to do with this case, and I do not want to talk about it unless these guys come clean. And I will never discuss about it because it is irrelevant to this case. And please do not try to invoke or anything. If you come up with your cops, the track record that I requested, and all your very valuable witness, clean record, if he has a clean record, ask me. And it has not, that record that you guys pull up, that record you guys pull up. Now, why it comes up?
Can you answer my question, sir?
I don't have to answer the question.
All right,
And this
let's
one has to
mark
be
that.
done with the, another, Daly City Police will be in this lawsuit also, don't worry.
Prior to the date you were arrested by Sergeant Rogers, had you ever been placed in the back of a patrol car in handcuffs before?
No.
So I take it you had never been, had you ever been handcuffed before Sergeant Rogers' arrest?
So many times in Burma because we were uprising against the evil government like here.
What about in the U.S. prior to your arrest that's at issue in this case? Were you ever handcuffed by law enforcement previously?
I was kidnapped. I was targeted because I am not white. Racial profiling, racially discrimination.
I don't necessarily need to know
Yeah,
about
so do not
that
ask.
issue.
Do not ask. Do not ask.
I'm sorry, can you please wait until the
No,
question?
I am getting pissed. Do not
Can you
ask.
please wait just until
If you
the
continue to
question is
ask right now, I will stop it. I will walk away. Listen to my tone.
I'm entitled to this information, sir.
You entitled, that's it. I told you it's
Can you not
irrelevant.
answer my question about whether you were ever previously handcuffed?
How many times your Sergeant Rogers and your cops and yourself violated other people's right? If you come up with clean hands, no, that's it. You know what? You can file anywhere to dismiss the case. All right? Whatever your question is on record, right? Everything on record. That's it. I'm done. Do not waste my time. I walk out from this second time because you are unethical. You are not acting like a human being. You try to invoke me so many times.
You're leaving the deposition, sir? Do you understand you've been ordered to be back here
Who
for
ordered me?
up to 7 hours?
Who ordered?
The judge.
Who? If the judge, if he really paid attention, why he did not get anything on these cops? You know what you did.
I have more questions for you, sir, so if you could
Do not
please
ask me anything related.
sit down.
I'm not going to sit down. That's it. I'm done.
I do have more questions along
Let's
those
talk
lines.
at the trial. Stop asking me here. Let's talk at the trial, and then you can clarify everything at the trial.
That's not how this works.
It has to work like that because you guys are like evil mind doing everything.
The question was
Trauma
prior.
over trauma, injury, insult over injury. You keep coming up.
Let me.
I don't want, before words come up from my mouth, please do not make me come up with that.
My question was, prior to Sergeant Rogers' arrest of you on December 24, 2016, had you ever been
No.
handcuffed in the U.S. by law enforcement?
No.
So your prior arrest, where you talk about the drugs,
It was.
Were you not
kidnapping.
handcuffed?
It was intentionally frame somebody because they need some cases and they implanted everything. It is the gangsters. It's not the law enforcement.
what police agency was
I don't
involved
know.
in
It's
that?
yours. Your buddies. You protect every police department. I know that.
Can you sit down, please, so I
No.
can
If
finish
you
my
do-
questions?
If you keep asking that one, forget about this. Let's deal at the trial.
I'm in-
Where is my demanded documents? Did you have it? If you do not come up, do not try to bully again.
You were arrested in 2010 in Redwood City for possession of a controlled substance.
What is controlled
Is that
substance?
true?
What is a controlled
Possession of
substance?
drugs, illegal drugs.
What kind of drug?
I don't know, sir.
I don't know. I don't know what they implanted. That's why. I don't know.
The question
It is the
was,
same way as you are doing right now. You guys like said, oh, we found child pornography. Where is the child pornography? Give me the child pornography. Otherwise, stop the deposition, admit it. You go, oh yeah. You frame somebody because you want to protect that thieves because they are profiting from the criminals and they are trying to protect their own business.
can you answer my question?
I said clearly, this is my answer. So if you guys do not come up clean, you guys admit it. Otherwise, do not ask me any question. Simple. It is a statement. I was arrested, kidnapped in Pinole, by Pinole, the gang of Pinole, on December 24th. While I was trying to recover $120,000 worth of my property, those guys came up and walked into the apartment, 30 minutes in the apartment, and discussed something, how much money, whatever they have, we don't know. And then later on, they put me in handcuffs. I almost died in the vehicle and detained my wife, my autistic son, and then they traumatized my child. Many hours I was in the patrol car handcuffed without anything, without any interview.
I understand,
Took
sir.
me to prison, sent me to the medium security prison. And then I was detained over there, treated as an animal with no respect, and took my stuff, everything. Treated my family like animals. And these criminals, these gangsters, I will no longer tolerate and I will no longer do anything. And this is the court have to withstand for the law of the land to honor the oath of office. And this lawyer is trying to make everything up, fabricate things up, and try to frame me, try to traumatize me more and more. And I will no longer tolerate it. They have said investigation without investigation.
I need to stop you, sir, because I need to
am
ask
not.
you questions.
That's at 2 o'clock. I am leaving. I told you clearly.
Well, the court's order says I get to
The court
ask
order,
you
why the
questions.
court did not order the arrest over there? Have you arrested Lemus?
I need to ask you some
No,
questions,
my
sir.
question, did the police did the right thing? Did they enforce the law? No. If they do not enforce the law, why are you trying to frame me for something that I do not
I'm
have to
sorry,
do?
can you slow down and repeat if they did?
If
I
they-
didn't get it.
If they did not, if they do not enforce the law, do not try to frame me with something to protect their own criminal acts.
Isn't it true you did not answer my question
I
about the
don't have
Redwood
to.
City arrest?
I don't have to.
Were you arrested in South San Francisco in 2015 for possession of a controlled substance? Yes or no?
Now you guys making up, show me the report. Show me the report. Show me the report.
I'm asking you, sir.
Show me the report. Without seeing it, I don't know what kind of fabrication you guys have.
Well, let me just, since you have a very good memory, I want to ask you.
Yes, now I need that.
Prior
now I need
to-
that. Now I need that.
Prior to
Now I need that.
your arrest by Sergeant Rogers, that's at issue in this case, had you ever been arrested before?
You know, this is considered as tampering with documents, public record, and malicious prosecution.
Can you
are
answer
trying
my
to make it
question,
up.
sir?
Give me the paper. Give me
Okay.
the paper.
Let's
please.
mark that as
Give me the
well. He's
paper,
not
please.
answering it. Had you ever been arrested for battery at any point in time in the 6 years leading up to Sergeant Rogers' arrest?
Give me that document. I need that document right now.
These are my personal notes. You will not
So
obtain
why
these
do you
documents.
have to come up with the things that I never have anything? I was assaulted. I was attacked, and now you guys making up I am. What kind of police in this country have? What kind of record you guys keep? What kind of
I'm
mentality
sorry,
you
can
guys
you
have?
slow down and repeat that? What kind of, I didn't get it.
What kind of law? What kind of people, evils living in this country to make up things like that?
I'm going to show you. I did.
I
a
want that
s-
document. Give me that document.
No, you're not getting my
No, I
personal
am
notes.
not. You don't have to ask me anything. If you are trying to hide everything and you fabricating stuff and try to incriminate me for things that I never did, do not ask me a question.
I took a snippet of a body camera, or excuse me, a video, a picture of a video. Just marked that Exhibit 31. Take a look at that, Mr. Khan.
Do I look like armed?
Is that you in that photograph?
Do I have a gun in my hand? Do you see any weapon?
Can you answer my question, please?
Answer my question. I am answering you. Do you see any firearm in my possession?
Can you answer my question? Is that you in that photograph?
I don't recall.
Well, okay. That's obviously evasive.
Do you see any firearm in this photo?
Isn't
Answer
it
my
true? Isn't it true, sir, that this video was taken by somebody inside your Prius on the day of your arrest? Isn't that true?
I don't know how you guys stole my stuff.
You produced this
I did not produce.
video to
You
us.
stole my stuff.
You produced several videos to us in this case that were really quick videos taken from inside your car on the day of the arrest. Isn't that true?
I don't recall. It's on the court record.
The male we see here in Exhibit 31, looking down, it looks like at a phone in a hat. Is that you, sir?
Yes.
And that's your hat, is that correct?
What it has to do with the hat?
I'm asking if that's your hat.
It's not my hat.
Whose hat is it?
It says the wall.
Excuse
Can
me?
you repeat that?
It says the wall.
Okay, but that's a part of your clothing, is that correct?
Kinda.
What does the hat say, the wall?
I don't know.
All right.
Because you guys got all the documents, photos, right?
Let me show you another picture, sir. This
No,
is
I want to see the body
snippet.
camera footage from inside the apartment. Where's the body camera footage inside the apartment?
Here's another photograph, sir, and I know you didn't answer the question about who was in the photograph 31, but in photograph 32, I'll represent, this is a snippet picture of some of the surveillance video. This is from PPD 119. This is Exhibit 32. There's a person standing on a walkway. Is that you,
It's
sir?
not standing. I don't think this person is standing. That person seems that he's walking around the pond over there. the puddle.
Is that
Trying to
you?
avoid the puddle. Looks like me, but there's not clearly taken the facial. I cannot see anything. So, I don't know.
So you don't know if that person is you in that photograph?
Because it's blurry. I don't know. You got really good, investigators and over there at the Pinole Police Department, so they can, edit the videos and they can figure out who is it.
Isn't it true that that is you in this photograph from PPD 19 at Mr. Lemus's apartment complex? Isn't that true?
PPD 19, I don't know what is PPD 19, but I cannot tell by this blurry picture who is it.
Isn't it true that you were at this apartment complex and at this point in the video there's a can of spray paint in your hand? Isn't that true, sir?
I cannot see a can of spray paint.
Did you ever bring a can of spray paint to Mr. Lemus's property?
I don't recall, but I have so many spray cans in my car for my son and myself. We play around, and that car, my Prius, I sandblast it, strip the paint, and we paint everything, and we strip again. We play around with that because my son is autistic. They love the color, they love puzzles, so we do that all the time.
So, don't you recall seeing surveillance video from December 15th, 2016, when you are depicted, like you're depicted in this photograph here, walking down the path up to a camera, and then all of a sudden the camera goes dark? Haven't you seen that video?
Because I don't pay attention, because it's not relevant to this case, so I never pay attention for those extra stuff or trying to fabricate stuff, cover up the crimes. I don't pay attention to those. I only pay attention to the background, the report of these cops that you're trying to hide.
Have you
Against the AB 1428.
So you don't recognize the person in either of those photographs?
No, because I don't, it's, this one, it's not relevant to this case, so I don't really pay attention. I don't care. And this is me, so what? I was looking at the phone, calling. Yes. I called the gangsters by mistake. Almost 2 o'clock, I gotta leave. You wasted 3 hours of my life.
Yeah, okay.
And
Let's mark next in order here, Exhibit 33. I'm going to put the sticker sideways. This is produced as PPD 142 through 166. Take a look at Exhibit 33, please. The court reporter gets these exhibits, so you can put those right there. You received information about a temporary restraining order or a civil harassment prevention order.
fuck that. I used the word fuck those cops. I told you, before those would come out, I'm telling you, fuck those cops. What they did, I would never. This is the criminal indictment I want, the first thing.
You're talking about Sergeant Rogers, right?
Yes, and the chief, and Kristen Keister,
I'm sorry, and
the police chief,
Oh.
and Kristen Keister. And how many, the one, Cochran? Cochran, he tried to avoid everything in this. I can clearly see them. You tried to use his name, and he was like, do not get me involved in this crap you guys did. That's the way he did. That's why there was no report of the Cochran.
Let me ask you some
Kristen
questions,
Keister.
sir.
That guy had that record. Your Rogers.
You received information that, in fact, a temporary restraining order
Fabricating?
was issued against you on behalf of Sergeant Rogers. Is that correct?
And it said, yes, it said that shortly thereafter, on January 3rd, 2017, based on information and belief Mr. Khan was placed under arrest by the City of Pinole Police Department, who responded to reports that Mr. Khan had threatened the life of his business partner. In addition, City of Pinole Department was asked to investigate potential charges for conspiracy and child pornography based on information located on Mr. Khan's computer.
Okay,
So-
I don't need you to read,
and then,
sir.
No, this is what I am going now. You guys got it. Where is the child pornography? Mr. Khan arrested on January 3rd, 2017. Confiscated personal items and property related to Khan's business, including a computer hard drive. Where is the hard drive?
You were served with this restraining order, were you not? Yes or no?
Yes, and I had to turn in my 1893 Mosin Nagant, brand new. Because of that, and I want my rifle in the same condition. I don't want money.
Was that rifle that you had to turn in, was that registered to you, legally registered?
Is there any law required that I have to register the rifle?
Yes.
What law? Show me the law.
I'm sure there's
No,
I'm sure
show
there's
me the law.
licensing requirements.
Show me the law. Show me the law. You are a lawyer, you said. The cops, they said they know the law. And you guys don't even know the law and trying to make up. There is no law. Are you ashamed of yourself to say the law exists? Here it said that a true and correct copy of the text threat sent to the phone of Mr. Khan's business partner is attached as Exhibit B. So that is, they said, true and correct copy, and it is under oath. Now, based on information, I am fear of my safety and for the safety of my spouse.
Attached to this package of materials was a declaration by Sergeant Rogers. Is that your understanding?
That is under oath, right? Penalty and perjury. So why we haven't arrested the person yet? The person who declared it over here. It is lying under oath. It's perjury and contempt and criminal, what we call attempted malicious prosecution. Whoever filed this, the guy is this assistant city attorney, Eric Casher.
The date was wrong in the declaration of your arrest, right? Is that what you're saying?
I don't care because it is under oath.
Yeah, but it was a mistake in
It's
terms
not
of the date
mistake.
of your arrest.
You guys made multiple accusations. If you do not have, because the reports were like keep writing back and forth, and they cannot recall which date.
Part of this package of materials was several text messages that we went through. Is that correct? You see those here at the end?
All right, stop wasting my time. What is the point?
Pages 162, 163, 164.
I already said that. Everything is fabricated.
Those are messages you did not send?
Does it look like a text message? You have your phone. You can take out your phone and you look it up. Does it look anything close to the text message? Answer my question. You're not going to admit. I know.
I
You
don't
will
need to
try to
answer
evade
questions.
everything. No. I don't have to answer
This is
because
not my case, sir.
this
You're the plaintiff.
this is your case. You are representing the whole gang, and you are the one responsible. So I am, counter asking you the question. Does it anything look like a text message?
Let me ask you this.
I don't have to answer you anything any further if you do not respond. That's it.
The rifle that you had seized by Sergeant Rogers on the day of the arrest incident, was that operational?
I don't care.
Can you answer my question,
I don't
please?
care. I am answering. I don't care. Operational or not, it is legally able to own by any living person and free man.
Okay,
Those
you did not
gangster in the
answer it.
blue, those gangster in the blue with the guns on the road. And why I cannot possess a firearm for my own protection. Even though if it is not operational, I can still use it as a baton.
Was it operational on the day of the incident?
I don't know.
When was the last time you fired that
2011.
weapon? And where was that?
Why do I have to tell you?
I'm entitled to get some of this information.
I am entitled to get the information. You never gave it to me.
Can you answer my question?
I don't have to if you don't answer me.
All right.
Does the police have training? No. Do they have brain? No. Do they have anything about understanding human behavior? No. Tell me.
Let's mark the next copy here. This is the proof of service of your...
Look, that is, I already have it. Enough. Stop wasting my time, please. I have to go.
Let me show you what we just marked Exhibit 34, sir. It's PPD 196. This shows that you were served with the civil harassment prevention order by the court at your address at 76 Crestline, it's one word, Avenue in Daly City. Is that correct?
Yeah, so what? Oh, what about the document I filed? Do you have it? I sent them to the PD. They haven't arrested Limas. So many times I did. Why are they pretending like it's nothing? You're so scared that Lima's gonna get arrested, right? It's 2 o'clock, 2:02. You have 3 minutes.
I have more time than that, sir.
Bye-bye. That's it. 3 minutes, I'm leaving.
Let's
I
mark
already
this.
warned you at the beginning. I have to leave, I have to leave.
We're going to mark this as Exhibit 35.
You
This
did not ask the
is-
question that is related to this case. You keep wasting my time and your time, and now you want to go on with the, stupid things.
Thank you. Take a look at Exhibit
Oh, yeah.
35.
Yeah, demand in the matter of law for contempt. Yes.
This is a document that you prepared, is that correct?
I did not prepare. I wrote it, I filed it. I filed it at the state, and they are trying to protect the criminal. This state, or the state of California, is already violation of the Constitution itself.
Can you please turn to page 2, paragraph 9?
Have you arrested the Limas yet?
You indicate Mr. Lemus ran off with nearly $120,000 worth of computers, cellular phones, and money belonging to you in December of 2016. Is that accurate?
It is under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States and the state of California. So I said that is true, and did they arrest him? No. If it is true, it is right. They know why they haven't arrested. So I don't have to, don't deal with it. If you guys do not arrest, no. Do not continue this. It's done. Right?
Your testimony here is also under penalty of perjury. You understand that, right?
Yes. Like the way you guys do, lie.
Have you
I
lied at
never
all?
lie. I don't lie.
Hold on. Have you lied at all today under oath?
I don't recall. Because you lie, you keep lying.
What amount of cash do you claim that Mr. Lemus ran off of yours?
I gave you the copy of the money he ran off.
Can you just answer my question, sir?
You are a very great lawyer, right? You have all the documents, so you find out yourself.
Okay, another refusal to answer my question.
I gave you everything at the discovery, and you pretend like, oh, I didn't get it, because you're trying to hide everything. Where's Lemus? Is Lemus in custody? Did your guys report it to his probation officer, Chris? The one in Huntington Park. Huntington Park. Yep. No, right?
There was some Latin words that were used in some of the text messages. Do you deny that any of those words are
Do you think
yours?
I'm Latin? Do you think I am somebody speaks Spanish or something like that? No way. So, who did?
There was
I am Asian.
one of the text messages.
I am Asian. I told you I am Asian.
Let me get my question now, please. One of the text messages made a reference to norteños.
That's why I said I am Asian. I don't even know what the heck is norteño.
You didn't write that message that included the word norteños, did you?
You know who did.
Can you answer my question, sir?
You know who did. Report them.
Again, Mr. Khan is...
You know who did. I told you clearly. I am not
Not answering my
Latin. I
question.
am not from Mexico, or I don't speak Spanish, I don't know Spanish, and I have nothing to do with it. I am born and raised in Burma. Okay, any other fake document you can produce? Bogus?
I'm going to mark the next one here, Exhibit 36.
Oh yeah, I posted that, yes. Yes, you suck. Yeah, that way I put it, yeah.
Take a look at that. This is a
Yeah.
Facebook post, is it not?
Yeah. Why are you guys going like this? So smart, huh? Going on Facebook and trying to find out. Yes, it's the truth I'm telling.
Okay, this was
I
posted.
don't- what does it say?
Hold on, sir. Let me get my question out. This is your post, is that correct?
Oh, really? Man, you guys are really good at investigation, huh?
Can you answer my question, sir?
Who sent the police, Daly City Police, to my house to intimidate me?
Can you answer my question, please?
Yes. Who sent that Daly City Police to come and intimidate me at my house for this lawsuit? What are you guys trying to accomplish? I told them next time if you come up, I will protect my family at any cost.
Can you answer my question, sir? I asked a pretty
I
specific
told you.
question.
Who sent these cops to my house?
David Sean, that is your post, is that correct?
I asked you who sent these cops to my house to intimidate.
I
and
get to
try
ask you
frame me.
questions.
I
That's how
got
the
to ask the
process
same
works.
question. You know what? Do not go one way. If you want to fabricate something, you got to make sure your back is covered. If you do not have your back covered, do not try to fabricate. I'm telling you honestly.
Are you threatening me?
Because you guys are fabricating stuff. That's why I said you have to cover your back.
I'm
Make sure
sorry,
everything
can you
is there.
repeat slowly? I didn't get any of that.
I'm clearly
Because-
saying that.
Hold on, because, can you back up? Because,
You guys are fabricating stuff without anything to provide the proof or cover up yourself if there's any things come down. Because you guys are trying to use the word that we are the police and we are above the law, that thing. No. This place might allow you to go like that.
When did you post this on
don't care.
Facebook? What was the date?
I don't care. It's not, I don't have to answer it because you haven't answered. Do you see the video? Did you see the video?
Again, Mr. Khan refusing to answer my questions. There's a pretty good record here, Mr. Khan, and I don't think the court's going to be too pleased with you.
Yes, the bail was set $320,000. And do you think that is vandalism? What kind of vandalism arrest is going to have $320,000 bail? Child pornography, where's the child pornography? Blah. There you go. I got them, everyone by the guts. And you're still trying to evade everything and trying to frame me something. Look, try me. This lawsuit, you will never get away. And I will never stop. The judge may ignore anything like that. Oh, you know what? I don't care. But when it comes down, it will be bad.
What do you mean by that?
The judge cannot help at the time. It's coming from the top.
Are you making any threats to me today in terms of my
Tell your cops.
personal safety in here?
Tell the cop it's coming from the top. It will come from the top.
What do you mean by that?
You will find out. When so many people goes in handcuff, at that time you will find out.
All right. Next
There will be a lot of
exhibit.
shuffling.
We have a long way to go, Mr. Khan, because you're not answering my questions. So I am going to continue.
If you do not answer, if you do not say anything, correct, whatever, trying to evade, I will not have to answer.
Take a look at what I just marked Exhibit 37. It's date stamped PPD 127 through 141. Have you ever seen this document before?
I was given the redacted versions. You guys are trying to hide everything, state my police department. Hey, you know what, buddy? We, same gang. We gotta protect each other. Yes. So I got redacted everything.
You reported, some of this theft issues to your local police department, Daly City. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And by the way, at some point, a Daly City police officer came to your house, is that correct?
Nobody came to my house.
What about the African-American officer that came to your door and had
Who
that
sent
conversation
him?
with
Who
you?
sent him?
Did that ever happen?
Who sent him?
Can you answer my question,
Who
please?
sent him?
Can you
Who
answer
sent
my question?
him? Who sent him?
Okay.
You answer my question.
You're
Who
not
sent
answering.
him? Who sent him? Who tried to intimidate me?
Isn't it true that the reason that officer showed up to your house was
Because they are
because
trying to protect your criminals.
you guys called the police to get them to come to your house? Is that
Did I
correct?
call? I never call. I don't call police. I never call police again. I would never do that. I'd rather deal with anything. So if my life in danger, I will fight for my life. But I will not get those thugs to my house.
Who was filming that interaction between you and this African-American officer
What is
from
the
the
problem
Daly
with
City
that?
Police?
That has to be going on a trial.
Who was
They-
filming it?
Who cares? It will be on trial. Don't worry. I will answer everything on trial.
Well, you're supposed to answer it today, sir.
I
and
don't
that's
have
the way
to.
the
You
court
did not
rules are.
answer
I'm sorry,
anything.
can we get one at a time? Mr. Brookman?
You're supposed to answer the question.
I need question answer because I can't take down 2 people something at once, so please don't interrupt. Can I get that question again?
You were supposed to answer questions today per court order. That's how this process works. We don't just
What?
defer to a trial.
Who don't? The judge clearly said that if you do not have to, you don't want to answer, you can say that I will answer at the trial. So whatever you're gonna come in the future, do not waste my time, your time. Everything will be in trial. I will answer everything in trial. We will see in trial. All right? Stop wasting my life and stop all the BS you have.
Can you answer that last question I asked, which
I will
was
answer. I will
who
answer at the
filmed
trial.
it?
I will answer it at the trial.
It's another failure to respond.
I responded like the way you did. I will answer that in trial.
You've seen portions of this report where Mr. Lemus is reporting that you vandalized his property. Isn't that true?
I will answer that in the trial. If there is criminal charges for, if they must sue me in civil case, civil lawsuit, yes, I will answer that. Otherwise, I don't have to. It's civil. It has nothing to do with this. It's civil manner, right?
It's failure to answer
It is civil
that
manner.
question.
It's between Limas and me. Pinole Police got nothing to do with it, and you got nothing to do with it.
You told one of these officers in an email on December 7th of 2016 that since there is no action can be taken by the law enforcement that have supposed to rely on or that are supposed to rely on, quote, I will have to take action to protect my family's safety and livelihood, end quote. Isn't that portion of an email you sent to an officer Perez at the Daly City Police Department?
Of course, I have to protect my family.
Can you please not, that's an official exhibit, so you gotta,
You never give it to me.
the court reporter takes possession of it, so please don't mess with it, please.
You never give it to me.
We produced it in this case, sir, okay? You have all these documents.
You gotta look whatever you produce. How much fabrication, how much redacted, how much everything you guys making up.
Can you stop
What is the point? You're
bending
making
the
up like
exhibit,
this. You will
please?
get more charges with the perjury and contempt.
Okay.
Tampering with public record. Do you know that? You know the lawyer, you know the law. And you're trying to frame somebody.
Do you need me to point out the page for you, sir?
I don't need to.
Okay.
Because I am done. I
Isn't
told
that
you.
what you
I will
told-
answer everything at the trial. So whatever your question, I clearly said that. I will read your same document that you produced before, right?
Isn't that what you told the officer, that you will have to take some action to protect your family's
Yes.
safety and livelihood?
My family, I have to protect.
What did you mean by that?
Whatever it is, I need to do anything to protect my family well-being. Because the cops are not doing, I was threatened my life. Somebody said that I will come kill you, blah, blah, blah. And do you think I'm going to sit down and just let them come with those thugs? No. Now you were scared. I was, hey, you threatening me? Blah, blah, blah. You ran off to the marshal for anything. Like a little sissy. And now you're telling me I cannot protect my family? What do you think?
When you made that quote to the officer, you were talking about confronting Mr. Lemus or threatening him with bodily injury to
Why
get back
limits?
your property,
I told
right?
you I will answer everything in the trial. Okay, I will read you the same way that I need to. Do you need it? Do you want the same
I do
answer?
not need to hear your
So here,
objections.
this is my answer, right? I rewrote it. I rewrote down everything, so here you can refer everything. This is my answer. Here you go.
He's again refusing to answer those questions.
I did not refuse. I told you, here's my answer. Read it.
Which is not an answer, sir.
It is.
Are you going to answer any of my questions today? Any of my other questions?
Let me see. It is burdensome and oppressive and not proportional to the need of the case. And
I'm sorry, can you slow down?
Yep.
Because you talk-
it is, the question is vague, ambiguous, and unduly burdensome and oppressive. Is not proportional to the need of the case and is overbroad. And I cannot answer the question until we get to the trial. And the case is still under investigation for the criminal act of those people under the badge. So it may jeopardize the investigation. So it will be answered in the trial.
Have you reviewed some of the any of the surveillance video produced that is associated with Mr. Lemus's residence? Have you reviewed any of that?
Yes, because it is supposed to be the same way as the duty assignment of the person from December 2000.
Can you repeat that? It was supposed to be,
The duty assigned from December 30, 2016, January 1st, 2017, January 3rd, 2017 of the property room, sergeant officer on duty and reception of front desk. And it is the same way it goes, like include numerous subpart and unduly burdensome and oppressive. I couldn't review because I cannot even find out how many cops working on certain days on duty.
I'm
So
going to
I
show
don't
you.
know how to recall that.
I'm going to show you,
I'm gonna
Mr.
show
Khan,
you.
some
Yes.
photographs previously marked at Mr. Lemus's deposition, Exhibit 5.
I will answer that in the trial when there is, if Lemus file civil case against me, and it has nothing to do with the Pinole PD to get involved because it has nothing to do with them. It is between Lemus and myself. It is civil matter.
Can you
Thank
turn
you.
to
It is
page
civil
2?
matter, and I do not have to because it is going to be a civil lawsuit from Lemus. He will file the civil suit, right?
Turn to page 2 of Exhibit 5, please.
It is civil lawsuit that Lemus has filed. Pinole PD do not
I'm
have
sorry.
to do anything.
Can you turn to which page?
Page 2 of Exhibit 5. And just for the record, this was at Mr. Lemus's deposition. Base stamped PPD 48 through PPD 51. I'm going to show you now a photograph on the top of that second page. There is a word thief that was written on the back portion of Mr. Lemus's truck. Did you write that on his truck?
He's a thief, so somebody wrote it, so I don't know. He's a thief, right?
The question is, did you write that on there? Yes
Is he
or
a
no?
thief?
Can you answer my
Is he a
question?
thief? This is, whatever they accuse me, the Lemus accusing, it is a civil matter that he has to bring a civil suit against me if he believes if I did it. Okay, it is for him to prove for accusation, burden of proof. If they are sure that I was doing it, show me the burden of proof that I
You're
was
not
doing.
answering my question, sir.
I am answering.
No, the question
answering.
is, did you yourself make that notation on the back of the car that says thief? Yes or no?
I do not have to incriminate myself for anything that is not really, it is civil matter. I am clarifying it. It is civil matter. By the way, your Pinole PD and you yourself and everyone saying it is civil matter. So Lemus has to bring, if he believes that I did it, he has to bring civil suit against me.
You were arrested for vandalism. That was the citizen arrest by Mr. Lemus towards you. Isn't that true?
No, I was arrested. The Sergeant Rogers, he said that, turn around, put your hands behind your back. You are under arrest for child cruelty. If I find any more in your hard drive, you will never get out of jail. And you guys deleted that portion and said that, oh, the body camera was never turned on. It is criminal contempt, tampering with public evidence.
Okay, sir, you can say that for the jury.
All right.
I want to ask
I am
you
going to
specific
answer
questions.
it if Lemus files civil case against me. Now, the police committed criminal act, and I have to file civil lawsuit. So, whatever you want to ask, tell Lemus to file civil suit against me. And if you are not representing Lemus, that's it. Are you representing Lemus?
If you look on page 2 of this
Are you
exhibit,
representing Lemus?
we see underneath the word thief, the tire of that vehicle
Are you
is
representing Lemus?
deflated. Did you do anything to deflate any of the tires on this vehicle
Lemus
at any
said-
time?
I'm
Lemus-
sorry, can you please wait for the end of the question? Is
How much did you
deflated,
get?
Did you do anything to,
Did you do anything to deflate any of the tires that are depicted in any of the pictures of this vehicle in Exhibit 5? Yes or no?
It has nothing to do with me, and it is civil matter that Lemus have to bring a civil suit against me if he believes that I did it.
Okay. Well, at this point, it's pretty clear Mr. Khan is violating the court's order. He's not answering substantive questions. There's a litany of questions I've marked, and I will be providing this transcript to the court to review, seeking terminating sanctions of this case, because again, Mr. Khan is wasting my time. the
You
court's
wasted my
time.
life.
Hold on, sir. Wasting resources of my clients. Is not answering questions. I cannot get any significant substantive information out of Mr. Khan. He's continued to be evasive. He's continued to obstruct my deposition. And at this time, I'm going to again suspend this deposition and ask the court to dismiss this case and or issue significant monetary sanctions for this deposition and my prior deposition, all the costs I've incurred. But frankly, I'm seeking terminating sanctions. Anything you want to add, Mr. Khan?
So you are trying to protect the criminal and coming up with all kind of criminal act yourself, fabricating stuff, and you think I am not, you know what you did, and this is only you doing this to enlarge the time. So you assume that I will get old, they will not have enough money to continue. And I will back down. I told you.
I think your case is going to be dismissed for
Really?
you failing to abide by
Really?
court orders.
Really? Really? Why the judge did not order anything that we demanded? They didn't even read. If they read it, if they pay attention, if they are not biased, if the court is not biased, your cop's already been in jail.
Is there anything else you want to add for the record before we suspend your deposition, sir?
For the record, the defendant counsel and the police are fabricating, tampering with public record, perjury, everything involved, and trying to damage the family. That has nothing to do with any criminal acts, and they are trying to frame with everything and made my life miserable with the record that has never existed. And earlier, saying the 2015, whatever arrest, battery, coming up, fabricating all the record. And luckily, I am not an employee to rely on somebody else's to make my life better.
Okay.
So I do not have to worry about it. If you guys try and think it is, I am violating the law, I do not know what to say, and I just assume there is no rule of law and there is no integrity and discipline of human being.
I also want to note that I noticed he is recording this proceedings for the last 2 hours and
3
15
hours.
minutes. I saw on his phone.
Yes, 3 hours.
You've been recording this on your phone?
Directly broadcasting the whole world.
Oh, okay. Well, clearly you were told by the marshals not to do that.
I did not record. I broadcasted.
Oh, on how? How'd you do that?
I told you, you are dealing with some person with capability. I am not an idiot. I'm not a cop.
Okay. Well, that'll be raised to the court
Yes.
as well.
It is not a
and,
secret proceeding, because you try to bully everything, so I make the record broadcast over.
Just another violation of the ruling of some of the marshals that came in here and told you not to do that.
Marshals are not the
So,
law. Marshals do not represent me.
You'll have to deal with those ramifications, sir, on
Thank
your
you.
own. But this deposition is
It
suspended
is not a secret
until
proceeding.
further notice. Thank you.
It is
Okay,
secret
we're
proceeding.
going off the record at 2:26.
Off the record.
Enjoy your trip to Wyoming.
How's the thieves? You know, very funny about thieves. Yes. Counsel.